What's next for Silver Champion Aaron Rourke, the issue between Janela and Morrissey, and the upcoming card for our WrestlePro Alaska Super Show. All this today on Unlocked. Welcome everyone, I am Pace Robinson, and this is the latest edition of WrestlePro Unlocked, covering all things WrestlePro and WrestlePro Alaska. Before we get started, make sure you click that big red button, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, follow us on all our social media channels, and check out the WrestlePro Patreon, exclusive and early access to all things WrestlePro, right there on Patreon, link below. Check it out. Let's talk about Silver Champion, wait, what? What is this? What? Do we have to do this? He requested it? Oh boy. On February 5th at Killer Instinct, Rourke defends that championship against the Panda Man from Pandaland, Impact star Fallah Bahh. Now Fala is currently the WrestlePro Alaska Last Frontier champion, a title he won last year in a multi-man ladder match in Palmer that just blew the roof off the Denali Harley-Davidson. Now since then he's defended it several times, and also in the past Fala has had opportunities for the Silver Championship. He faced LSG in Rahway about 2 years ago, came up a little short, so I'm sure he's hungry to get that belt and to start the first half of 2022, maybe as Fala 2 belts. But for Rourke, he has a firm grasp on that title. He won it in a 6-way at Welcome Back, and he defended it at full steam ahead against Dante Martin from AEW and former champion, the only Triple Crown champion in WrestlePro history, Matt McIntosh, in what was an amazing matchup. The oohs and ahs from the crowd during that one made it really special moment. With Dion Roosman out, not defending the gold title, the silver title is already, maybe it's past it a little bit, and Rourke wants to keep that going. The dime piece is ready to defend that belt against any and all comers. And I definitely think, even though it's been a lot of multi-man matches, this one-on-one match with Fala will be his toughest test to date. So let us know in the comments, who do you think comes out on top between Rourke and Fallah Bahh, and who would you like to see challenge for that silver title next? There is a growing issue between Impact star W. Morrissey and AEW star the bad boy Joey Janela. Now this all started in Rahway a few years ago. It was kind of a backstage incident. Didn't get a ton of media coverage, maybe it did, and it was all but just forgotten, or so we thought, until Morrissey crashed Rahway at the end of Welcome Back in October and got on the microphone and basically told Janela, I haven't forgotten. This needs to be settled. I'm challenging you to settle this. And at full steam ahead, Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss tore it down. They were the show stealer that night. A great match on our YouTube channel for you to watch. But before that match, Janela got on the microphone to answer Morrissey's challenge, and here's what he had to say.
Well, guess what? It ain't gonna happen! Oh, wait, come on!
So there you have it. A firm no from Joey on this one. But I know for a fact, after talking with promoter Kevin Matthews, KM, this is a top priority for him. He wants to see this match happen. Can he find a date where both schedules comply? Can he find a dollar amount to make Joey Janela change his mind? Stay tuned to Unlock, stay tuned to the WrestlePro social media channels, because this is definitely a top priority for KM in 2022. Speaking of KM, he has put together an incredible card for our 3rd Anniversary SuperShow, Anchorage, Alaska. WrestlePro Alaska returns. Let's run it down. If you haven't seen this, if you don't follow WrestlePro Alaska socials, check this card out. First up, Dr. Bobby Wayward, the first WrestlePro Alaska champion, makes his first defense against Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, just defending the title against ECW legend, hardcore icon, Tommy Dreamer. No big deal, right? What? Fallah Bahh, talking about him again, defends the Last Frontier title against, oh baby, Heath, making his Alaska debut and getting a title shot right off the bat. That's gotta be good for the Impact star, and gotta be good for his kids. And this one just makes me happy, because he's a good dude, he's a good friend. The Iceberg, Dion Roosman, returns from knee surgery. The WrestlePro Gold Champion returns, and he's not getting some easy matchup right out of the gate. Oh, no. He's getting Dirty Dango. That's right, Dango makes his Alaska debut and gets an automatic title shot. That's right, based on just how awesome he is alone and his reputation, he's getting thrown right in there with the champ with the opportunity to walk away with the WrestlePro Gold title. And of course we have to talk about the killer couple coming to Alaska. First, Killer Kross, finally making his Alaska debut. Almost happened a few years ago, then he signed a contract. Now it's happening. And who's he getting in his Alaska debut? The Bayonne Badass, Dan Moff. Now, Dan Moff's had a lot of issues with an Alaska local wrestler by the name of Bobcat. Some of you might have seen that. You know, I think it got in his head a little. He didn't come out on top in that championship tournament in December, but this, oh boy, you better believe he's going to be focused on Killer Kross in this matchup. This is going to be a war. And the other half of that killer couple, the Smoke Show. Scarlett Bordeaux making her return to Alaska for the first time since our first show when she was in a triple threat challenging for the Impact Knockouts Championship. This time around, she gets the queen of the friggin' North, Freya the Slayer, Alaska's own. And as we talked about last week on Unlocked, both these women are definitely going to be in the running for the new WrestlePro Women's Championship, which will be defended in both promotions. So this has a lot of implications, not just for bragging rights between these two extraordinary athletes, but implications about who could be in contention for that belt. And finally today, let's talk about Killer Instinct one last time. Tickets are available now. Go to WrestleProOnline.com. We've had a lot of announcements this week on social, and one that just happened today is a man who is making his debut in Rahway. And he's not coming for the on-the-spot title shot rumble. He's not coming to have a match. He asked to appear at the show, and we granted him that permission. One half of the current Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Big LG himself, DOC GALLOWS, is coming to Rahway to Killer Instinct. And honestly, folks, we don't know what his agenda is. When somebody of that stature says, hey, I'd like to come to your show, make an appearance, like, cool. Why? He won't tell us. Let us know in the comments below. Why do you think DOC GALLOWS is coming to WrestlePro? And speaking of the on-the-spot title shot rumble, we've announced, I think, 9 or 10 participants so far on our social media. Patrons get that first on our Patreon. If you're one of our patrons, you're hearing those announcements before anybody else. But one that we saved for today is the man known as the most professional wrestler. You can sit under his learning tree each week on Impact Wrestling. Brian Myers has entered the on-the-spot title shot rumble. What implications does that have? He's a former WrestlePro Tag Champion. Maybe he's got a new partner. Maybe he wants to chase after those belts again. Maybe he wants a shot at Dion Roosman or Aaron Rourke, one of his students from Creative Pro. I don't know. But he's in the Rumble, so he has the same opportunity as everyone else to win that on-the-spot title shot medallion. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you click that big red subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Follow us on all our social platforms. And please check out WrestlePro on Patreon. Link below. I am Pace Robinson. This has been another edition of WrestlePro Unlocked.